It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
You have laser focus. By the way, just so y'all know, this was going to be so much cooler. Well, in our heads. We were going to have a picture of me and you in the Batman and Robin, the dynamic duo. I don't even know if that is Batman and Robin, but we'll run with it. Dynamic duo. We were going to have a picture with lasers coming out of our eyes.
And you know what ended up happening? Daniel actually did it. He created it. But he said, you know what? Robin looks so lame with lasers. We're going to scratch that and do a different superhero. That's what happened.
You're just going to keep putting down
I'm
Robin.
going to keep doing that.
You should be a good dynamic boy wonder.
He keeps calling me the boy wonder, Reeby. He keeps calling me that.
So let's talk about this. What do we mean by laser focus? This means that, let's think about it. When the market goes down, you get excited because you're not getting sidetracked by all the craziness and the noise of the media.
Yeah, and who does that? I mean, think about that. When you see the nightly news telling you that the market is tanking and the Dow lost 600 points and a recession is coming, you're not someone out there freaking out, calling your advisor, logging in to go to cash. You actually start getting giddy. You start getting excited.
I have a 401k contribution that's going in at the end of the month. I hope that I get it on that down day. I mean, that really is a financial mutant or a financial superhero, is that you do have laser focus. And we just talked to somebody. They had a great perspective in the fact that if you look at your grand scheme, you're probably in your 20s. If you compare your lifetime earnings, what you earn in your 20s is not going to be those key years that you make your money with your human capital, meaning your labor. But guess what? From your investment capital or your financial independence goal of building assets outside of your personal capital, it is your biggest years. So you need to always keep in perspective. That's why we're always talking about 88 times over and trying to get you motivated that when you're 20 years of age, your money, $1 can turn to $88. When you're 30 years old, $1 can turn to $23. And we're showing you what an incredible opportunity this is because it's a scarce resource. And we want you to understand that volatility, because when you're in your 20s, market gets its teeth kicked in. You've got 40 years to recover. Get excited about that. It means you're buying more shares at a lower price. Don't let that down market freak you out into inactivity and having 25% of your money in cash.
That same individual that we were talking to, Brian, and he's done very, very well, very, very successful. And he said, you know what, the thing I wish I would have done is the second that I graduated college, I wish I wouldn't have wasted any time. I wish that I would have started saving then. I would have started putting money in. And he said, I'd have double what I have now. And he's already reached a level of financial success. We talk about all the time that the most important money you will ever save is the first money you ever save.
It's true.
Best time to start investing was yesterday. Second best time to start investing is now. And if you can get that right in the early years, early on, you don't have to work as hard later in life.
And outstanding. I mean, it was great. A lot of teachable moments in that conversation today. The other thing on laser focus is you're immune to the scare tactics. I know I've already alluded to this, but I just want to put a little more attention is that when you are immune to all the distractions of the financial media, because realize they're paying you not for making your wallet bigger or healthier. They're actually paying you for your eyeballs and your ears because they're trying to sell advertising. You'll know the variables that are actually important. And it's not the advertiser's bottom line. It's making sure you understand age, your savings and investments, and then just being consistent no matter what. You just drive through it. There's Days of Thunder reference. You see how I pulled that in? And then everything else is just noise. And then last thing, we kind of alluded to this, but let's put it to words, is that you understand how important saving 20 to 25% and doing it as soon as you possibly can be. That gives you that laser focus to get addicted to being an empire builder versus being a consumer that only thinks about how you can spend the paychecks that are coming in. You're trying to think about it in terms of how can I get my assets to work for me? I'm going to take a little bit of today for a great tomorrow. It's that whole concept of deferred gratification.
Yeah, I think the laser focus on that 20-25% is so important because we see all the time folks who will start out and they say, you know what, my employer matches dollar for dollar on the first 3% or 50 cents on the dollar for the first 6. And so they start their first job and they do that because they're not going to walk away from the free money. But then they get busy and life happens and social commitments happen and work, and they don't ever remember to go back and increase that number.
Yep.
The superheroes are the ones who are laser focused on that. And even if you start now at 5% or 10% or 15%, you are laser focused on not just staying consistent in saving, but getting better as you go along to get to that 20 to 25% number.
That's true. I mean, because it is a pile-on factor. Because if you start saving in your 20s, Each dollar you do in your 20s is going to start working for you.
That's right.
Then you're going to start making more money in your 30s, but you're going to love how well it looked in your 20s with your money working for you. You're going to save even more.
That's right.
Then by your hit your 40s, so that all that money was made in your 20s and 30s by investing, and then your 40s, you look around and you go, wait a minute, I've got this great base level of assets. Let's get rid of this debt. And that's when you start paying down the debt, but you never sacrifice the army of dollar bills working. Guys, this is why you're a financial mutant or a financial superhero is you get it. You understand
exactly right.
what the next step is to be successful.